So your favorite company made the news headline, okay? Super Ego Holding has finally been exposed. They all on the news. They've been on 60 Minutes. We all saw it, And I'm actually pretty happy. This has been going on for years. They've been scamming people, recruiting folks on false premises that they're on their truck, that they getting their true Raycons and all that stuff. They finally finna get what's they deserve, okay? So here's a small clip right here, news, a little bit what's going on, and let's check it out.
Base Trucking Company is being named in a federal class action lawsuit that alleges drivers are underpaid and forced to push their limits behind the wheel. Super Ego Holding LLC, based here in Elmhurst, is being sued by several drivers for breach of contract, civil conspiracy, and deceptive business practices. There are 12 named plaintiffs, but nearly 800 others have also joined the suit. The lawsuit, originally filed in 2022, alleges the company engaged in widespread, long-standing scheme to defraud semi-truck drivers and steal part of their compensation. Attorney Chris Wilmes, who represents the drivers, say they were promised 88% of the revenue from each load they hauled, but claims the company was skimming off the top. In some cases, he says it resulted in a negative balance on their paycheck.
They would actually end up owing Super Ego for the work that they performed in a certain week, and they'd have to make up for it the following week. Certain drivers allege that Super Ego, the motor carriers and dispatchers would allow them to reset their clocks so they could drive over the DOT limits, and I think there are some drivers that felt the pressure to do that just so they wouldn't end up with a negative paycheck.
So as you can see, Super Ego is in hot water, all right? The feds is just investigating. A lot of folks are going to get a little payout from Super Ego once all this settle. Hopefully their company shuts down, because that company's not good for anybody. I don't care what situation it is, that company needs to be shut down, in my own opinion, all right? There's not really good reviews for Super Ego. There's only a few YouTubers on here that advertise, but allegedly they are getting paid by Super Ego to advertise their company, sign a contract. And also, some of them get paid 80% of the load, okay? They have changed their policy. On the article, they said they're getting paid 88%, but most drivers are now getting paid 80%. Unless you grandfather in, they can keep the 80% of the load. And even then you get ripped off, because how they do things is that you get 80% of the load they offer you, okay? Which means they can double broke that load and give you whatever's left, and you get 80%, okay? And that's disgusting, because no one's making money like that, and a company like that shouldn't exist. Super Ego is not the only company that does that. You can argue every company in Chicago does pretty much what they're doing, okay? Majority of them do that. So yeah, they got a lot of work to do, and hopefully they crack down on all these companies. It just keeps making the company and making the industry really look real bad right now. So hopefully things work out. And man, I'm actually surprised they actually catching up with Super Ego. I really am. Because we talk about Super Ego this channel a whole lot. They called me a few times trying to get me to go up there. And again, everything sounds good on paper, but let's do all the expenses and all that. No one's making really money out there. We working 90 to 100 hours a week, driving 4,000 miles. I heard 5,000 miles, running illegally and resetting clocks and all that stuff. You still bring it home just company pay, $1,000, maybe $2,000 if you're lucky, okay? So, hey, it is what it is. I'm down here in Georgia, doing this load. Everything's been okay last few days for me, but I just want to touch on that guy, because when I seen that 60 Minutes last night, I'm like, they actually don't caught up with Super Ego. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow. So yeah, it's very interesting what's going on. You guys stay safe out there. Until next time, peace out. You guys stay safe. All right.
Hello? Can Spider-Man come out to play?
I don't know what they got going on in headquarters. I'm talking about the pen looking right. They missing miles that you're running. I don't know what happened. Okay, these folks don't sit here and don't put a in-cab camera in my truck. Time for my shift. You know, work night shift. It's starting to get dark. I gotta head on out.